A friend of mine brought his Silverado 1500 into the shop a while back, complaining that his fuel economy had tanked and he could not figure out why. So I start asking him what he has been doing differently. Turns out he switched to premium because a guy at work told him it protects the lifters. He has been pouring seafoam in the tank every fill-up because he read it cleans the valves. And he bought one of those fuel saver chips off a Facebook ad, the ones that promise 30% better mileage. I am standing there looking at his truck, doing the math in my head, and this guy was spending over $1,000 a year on stuff that was doing literally nothing for his 5.3. I see this kind of thing all the time. So let me walk you through the 5 fuel myths that cost Chevy owners the most money, and I will tell you exactly what actually works. Number 1, premium fuel in an 87 octane engine. This is the most expensive fuel mistake I see Chevy owners make. The myth is that premium is better gas, so it must be better for your engine. I hear it constantly. Guys telling me they only run 93 in their Silverado because they want to take care of it. I get where they are coming from, but that is not how octane works. Higher octane just means the fuel resists detonation better under higher compression. If your engine is not built for that compression, the extra octane does nothing. You are paying more for a feature your engine cannot use. The 5.3-liter V8 in the Silverado, Tahoe, and Suburban requires 87 octane regular unleaded, straight from the owner's manual. AAA actually tested this. They put vehicles designed for regular fuel on a dyno, ran them on premium, and measured the difference. Zero significant improvement in horsepower, fuel economy, or emissions. Now here is where it gets frustrating. The 2.7-liter turbo in the Silverado and Colorado is ground zero for this myth. Because turbocharged engines from BMW and Audi usually need premium, people assume the Chevy Turbo does too. I have seen actual Chevrolet dealer websites that state 91 octane is required for the 2.7 turbo. GM's own communications team confirmed that is wrong. Regular 87 octane is recommended, and the full 310 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque are rated on regular. The confusion comes from the same engine block being used in the Cadillac CT4, which does get a different tune that needs premium. But the Silverado tune does not. The one real exception in the Chevy truck lineup is the 6.2-liter V8. GM recommends premium for that engine, and you will notice better performance when you use it. I personally think premium makes sense in the 6.2 when you are towing or under heavy load, but for daily driving, regular works fine. Even the manual says recommended, not required. The annual cost for a Silverado 5.3 owner filling up once a week is somewhere between $750 and over $1,000. That is a lot of money going up in exhaust fumes for zero benefit. Even the owners who know their truck runs on regular still fall for the next myth because it sounds like it makes perfect sense. Number 2, premium fuel prevents active fuel management and dynamic fuel management lifter failures. This one comes up in the shop all the time. The 5.3 and 6.2 V8 engines have a well-documented problem with lifter failures from the active fuel management and dynamic fuel management systems. Somewhere along the way, a rumor started that running premium makes the system work smoother and prevents those lifters from collapsing. The cylinder deactivation system is controlled entirely by oil pressure and solenoid lifters. Whether the engine drops cylinders depends on throttle position, engine load, and RPM. Octane has absolutely nothing to do with it. The failures come from manufacturing defects in the collapsible hydraulic lifters. Springs break, lifters rotate in their plastic trays, and oil screens get clogged. GM settled a $102 million class action lawsuit over this exact issue. I had a customer come in with a 2017 Tahoe. He ran nothing but 93 octane from day one and changed his oil every 4,000 miles. He still had a lifter collapse at 62,000 miles because the problem was never about the fuel. What actually matters is using Dexos-approved full synthetic oil and not ignoring early symptoms like a light ticking noise at startup. Spending $750 a year on premium to protect lifters that fail for completely unrelated reasons is money wasted. That is just one myth costing you money at the pump. The next one is costing you money at the parts store, and it is sneakier because there is a kernel of truth buried inside it. Number 3. Pouring fuel additives in the tank cleans your direct injection valves. This myth is harder to spot because part of it is actually true. Every modern Chevy gasoline engine, including the 5.3 V8, the 2.7 turbo, and the Ecotec 1.5 turbo, uses direct injection. In a direct injection engine, fuel is sprayed straight into the combustion chamber and never touches the intake valves. Over time, oil vapors from the PCV system coat the back of those valves with carbon deposits, and that buildup can cause rough idle, misfires, and power loss. So what do people do? They pour Tecron or Seafoam or Lucas into the fuel tank, thinking it will clean those valves. But the fuel in your tank never contacts the back of the intake valves. It physically cannot reach them. That is the whole point of direct injection. Even Sunoco's own fuel engineers have said the same thing, and BG Products tested every additive on the market for this problem back in 2019. None of them removed intake valve deposits when added to the fuel tank. If you are already using top-tier gasoline, which GM helped create and recommends across the entire lineup, the detergent package in that fuel is handling your injectors and combustion chambers. The extra bottle of Tecron every oil change is doing the same thing twice. What actually works for direct injection valve carbon is walnut shell blasting at a shop, which costs about $300 to $600, or spraying CRCGDI intake valve cleaner through the throttle body. That product actually reaches the valves, and testing showed it removed up to 46% of deposits each time you use it. An oil catch can is another good preventive step. Quick heads up, I drop a new Chevy video every week that covers stuff like this. Hit subscribe so you do not miss the next one. Now this next myth makes me angry, plain and simple, because these companies are flat out scamming people. Number 4. Fuel economy gadgets and chips actually work. If you have been on Facebook or Instagram recently, you have probably seen ads for little devices that plug into your OBD port and claim to save you 15 to 55% on fuel. They go by names like EcoTune, F-Fuel, MileMax, and a dozen others. They cost $20 to $80, and the ads target truck owners hard. Here is what is actually inside them. People have cracked these things open and found nothing but an LED light, a capacitor, and a resistor. There is no processor inside, no actual chip, nothing that can compute anything. They cannot communicate with your engine computer. They just light up so you think they are doing something. The wholesale cost from the manufacturers is about $2.38 each. I dug into this because a customer showed me one he bought for his Tahoe. He swore his mileage improved. But that improvement is all in your head. When you spend money on something, you tend to drive a little gentler, pay more attention, and your mileage improves on its own. The EPA has tested over 100 gas-saving devices over the years and found none that deliver what they promise. Fuel line magnets claim to align fuel molecules, but gasoline is not magnetic. Those tornado vortex devices that go in your intake showed zero improvement in Consumer Reports testing. One test even showed a device increased fuel consumption by 20% because it was restricting airflow. The real fuel-saving modifications for your Chevy truck are free. Keep your tires at the right pressure and accelerate gently. That is it. No gadget needed. All right, this next myth is different from the others because the answer goes both ways, depending on how you do the math. Number 5, E85 saves you money because it is cheaper per gallon. A lot of Chevy truck owners see that lower price on the E85 pump and think they are getting a deal. When regular gasoline is $3.50 per gallon and E85 is $2.50 per gallon, it looks like $1 saved on every gallon. But E85 has 25 to 30% less energy per gallon than regular gasoline, so your engine burns through it a lot faster. A flex-fuel Silverado with the 5.3-liter engine gets roughly 17 miles per gallon on regular gasoline. On E85, that drops to about 12 or 13 miles per gallon. So you do the math, and the savings come out to about a penny and a half per mile. That is it. All that hassle of finding an E85 station, and your reward is a penny and a half. And if E85 is closer to $3 per gallon instead of $2.50, you are actually paying more per mile than regular gasoline. The brake even requires E85 to be priced at least 20 to 25% below regular gasoline. And that spread really only exists reliably in the Corn Belt states. Now here is the part that surprises a lot of people. If your truck is flex fuel capable, E85 actually makes more power. GM's own certified numbers show the 5.3-liter produces 380 horsepower on E85 versus 355 on regular gasoline. That is a free 25 horsepower gain because of E85's higher octane rating. So E85 is not bad for your engine at all. It just usually does not save you money unless you live where the pricing works. Check for a yellow gas cap or a yellow ring on a capless filler to see if your truck can even run it. So the big lesson across all 5 of these myths comes down to one thing. Your owner's manual already has the answers, and the engineers at General Motors already built the protection into the engine. If you want to see what other maintenance mistakes are shortening the life of your Chevy, that video is on screen right now.